My name is Ndungu Gathinji. The last time I was here was in 1989. At that time, I used to have an office in this area. I think that we are at the beginning of the birth of a new Somalia. When I was here before in the 80s, it was a very peaceful place. And things worked. Now we have had 20 odd years of chaos. We have had many years of destruction. We have had many years of no construction. So really what this country now offers, obviously, is the opportunity to rebuild. And I think that's what everybody is trying to do. Yes, I'm basically an accountant, and we had established a branch office here from Nairobi, undertaking audit and consultancy, or providing audit and consultancy services. Right now, I am following up on an invitation by a friend of mine called Ndungu, who I believe left Somalia during the Troubles and went to America and has come back and is, from all accounts, carrying out a very successful business. I do know that he is establishing the first Somali bank. It's also my understanding, and that's actually why I'm here, that is going to be officially launched tomorrow. Liban was introduced to me by another friend of mine with whom he was already in business in the technology area. Being basically a finance-oriented person, when the idea of working with Liban on the bank came up, I was invited to be part of that engagement. I think we all bring different skills to any business, and the first thing that we engaged in was the movement of monies from Nairobi to here, paying salaries on behalf of international organizations. And of course, that required the setting up of a certain network or organization in Kenya, and ensuring that we were compliant with whatever laws and regulations that we needed to be compliant with. So that's my side of it. I am not sure that they have a banking, any banks set up here as such. I believe that they have money transfer systems. I'm not sure that I am allowed to quote the names of any one of them, but this will be the first formal bank that is being established. And as we are in Somalia, and Somalia being what it is, we are, I think, involved in Islamic banking. The only thing that one hears about, as far as Somalia is concerned, and largely from Western media, are the troubles. So obviously, the first thing that comes to anyone's mind when Somalia is mentioned is insecurity, instability, and that is what I thought was what Somalia was about. So I came here in a bit of trepidation, I think, but still desirous of seeing what really is on the ground. I was actually astonished at what I found. When I was here in 1989, the airport wasn't what it is today. It was much smaller then. And even though you might have thought that it was a bit congested, it was a lot more congested at that time. So that is the first thing I noticed. But of course, the one thing you can't miss is the presence of all these military people around the place. So you know that even though you're here, you need to step where it is. My hopes for the first Somali bank is that after the branch in Mogadishu, every town that acquires a peaceful status will establish or will have a first Somali bank branch. Now, I don't know how many towns that makes in Somalia, but it's a big country. So many branches in the years to come. There is talk, and it's only talk, I'm sure, at this time, that there's a lot of wealth underground in this country. We in Kenya have been hoping and wishing that there was oil underground for many years, and we haven't had the trouble Somalia has had, and we only discovered oil last month. So who knows what is ahead for this country. But one thing is certain, that whereas Mogadishu was a dangerous place to be not so long ago, It's now peaceful enough for you and I to be here and to be conducting this interview. And therefore, in the years to come, in the next 10 years, I expect normalcy. I'm only here for 3 days. That is as much as my family would allow me when I told them I'm coming here. So I leave on Sunday, but I leave very better educated than I was before, very much more hopeful than I was before, and expecting to do a lot more business than I was expecting.